Hello, I'm Philip Foster, a retired Church of England minister. And I became interested in the issue of the European Union and all that it meant in about 1996-97, when the election came with the referendum party. And one of the things that crossed my mind as a minister of the Church of England was, in view of the way Brussels was taking over this country, where my oath to Queen Elizabeth stood. Every clergyman, like every serviceman, every policeman, every parliamentarian, has to take an oath of allegiance to Her Majesty the Queen. And I was worried that because she was no longer sovereign but a vassal of Brussels, where my oath stood and where it might place me under obligations to Brussels. So I rang the Chancellor of my diocese, that is the legal officer in charge of such matters, who happened also to be a family friend. And I asked him, Bill, that was his name, where does my oath stand, do you know? And he said, I haven't the faintest idea, but I will ring up Dean's Yard in London, just round the corner from where we're standing now, to inquire of their legal officer. Anyway, a day later he rang me back and he said to me, are you sitting down? I said yes. He said, well, this is what I was told. He said the question about the oath had in fact been raised once before, not so long before my question. And so Dean's Yard, the officer there, had rung the palace to find out further information. The palace then inquired of Brussels as to where the Oath of Allegiance stood. I can see why he told me to sit down, because by implication that meant the Queen was subject to Brussels, and her oath, and my oath for that matter, was in a dangerously compromised position. What came back from Brussels was also interesting. They said the oath may stand as it is for the present. That was 13 years ago. Since then, politically speaking, all sorts of fuss has been made about the oath, changing its wording and so forth, which I strongly suspect has come from the implication of what Brussels said. The oath cannot stand as directly to Her Sovereign Lady Queen Elizabeth, because sadly she is no longer sovereign of this country.